Welcome back to another video in which we will solve O-Level Mathematics Paper 2 Variant 2 for May-June 2018. So let's start with the first question. Each week, Leah works 5 days and is paid $682. She works from 8:45 until 12:15 and then from 13:15 until 17:30. Calculate her hourly rate of pay. So this pay that is given is for $5. So first we will calculate the pay for one day, and then we can calculate the number of hours she works each day to calculate the rate of pay, which is per hourly rate of pay. So let's start with salary for one day, which will be 682 divided by 5 days. So this will be 682 divided by 5. $136.4. 136.40. So let's now calculate the number of hours she works each day. So the first shift is from 12:15, 8:45 till 12:15. So this will be 12:15 minus 0845. So since I cannot subtract 45 from 15, I will take 1 hour carry. So this will be 11. And I will add 60 minutes here. So this will become 60 plus 15, which is 75. So 5 minus 5 is 0. 7 minus 4 is 3. And then 11 minus 8 is 3. So this is 3 hours, 30 minutes, which is 3.5 hours. And then similarly for this one, 1730 minus 1315. So 30 minus 15 is 15, and this is 4. So this will equal, if I convert 15 minutes into hours by dividing it by 60, I get 0.25. So this is 4.25 hours. So total hours worked in one day will equal 3.5 plus 4.25. So this will be 7.75 hours. So then we can calculate the hourly rate. So hourly rate will equal the amount earned in one day, which is 136.40, divided by the number of hours worked in one day, which is 7.75. So 136.40 divided by 7.75. So this will be $17.60, 17.60. So 17.60. Part B is Carlos buys a new bicycle. After 1 year, he sells it for $231. He makes a loss of 16% on the price he paid. So that means if I subtract 16 from 100%, so 100% minus 16% will give me 84%. So this selling price is 84% of the price Carlos paid for the bicycle, because this is 16% lower. So this $231 is 16% less than the price he paid. So let the price Carlos paid equals to X. So then you can form the equation in X that 84% of X is this selling price, which is $231. So this will be 0.84 multiplied by X. So 84 over 100 is 0.84 equals to 231. So your value of X will be 231 divided by 0.84. So this is 275. So this is the price Carlos paid for the bike. Part C is the exchange rate between dollars and euros is $1 equals 0.44 euro. Henry changes $850 to euros for his holiday. He then spends $260 on his holiday. He changes rest of the money back to dollars at the same exchange rate. Calculate how much money in dollars he receives, giving your answer correct to the nearest dollar. So first we need to convert these dollars into euros. So we have $1 is how much? 0.44 euros. So we need to calculate $850 will be 0.44 into 850. So 850 into 0.44. So this will be 374 euros. He then spends 260 euros on his holiday. So euros, you can say euros left after holiday spending. So how much euros does he have left? This is 374 and then he spent 260. So 374 minus 260 will be 114. So he's left with 114 euros, which he then converts back to dollars at the same exchange rate. So you have 0.44 euros equals $1. So how much will give 1 euro give you? 1 euro will give you 1 divided by 0.44 dollars. And then you have to calculate how much you will get for 114 euros. So for 114 euros, you'll simply multiply this value with 114. So this will give you 1 over 0.44 into 114, which is simply 114 divided by 0.44. So this is 259.09. So since you have to give the value to the nearest dollar, so your answer will be 259. Part D is Anya has $3,000 to invest in a savings account for 3 years. She can choose from two accounts. Account A will give you 1.1% interest in year one, then 1.2% interest added to end of year one total, and then 1.4% interest added to end of year two total. And account B gives you a fixed rate of compound interest of 1.3% per year. She chooses the account that will give her more money at the end of 3 years. Decide which account she chooses and find the amount she will have in her account at the end of 3 years. So we can calculate the amount she will have in if she chooses account A, and then calculate the amount she will have after 3 years if she chooses account B, and then compare the two. So let's first do it for account A. So the principal amount at the start is starting principal is $3,000. So let's first calculate how much money will she have after year one. So year one end total will be 3,000, which she invested, plus she received 1.1% interest on this. So which will be 1.1 divided by 100, 100 and times 3,000. So this is the interest she gained in the first year, and this is the initial principal investment. So 1.1 divided by 100 multiplied by 3,000. So this interest is 33 and this is 3,000. So if you add them together, you get $3,033. So this is your year one end total. So let's calculate year two end total. So in year two, she earns 1.2% interest added to the end of year one total. So after the end of year one, she has $3,033. And during year two, she gains an interest of 1.2%, 1.2 over 100. The interest is now calculated on the amount which was the year one end of year one total. So end of year one total is now this one, which is 3,033. So the interest in year two is calculated based on this value, which is year one end total. So let's calculate this. 1.2 divided by 100 and then multiplied by 3033. So this can be 36.40. So I can write this as 3033 plus 36.40, $36.40. So let's add the two. 36.40. So I have $3,069.40 at the end of year two. Now let's calculate how much she will have at the end of year three. So at the end of year two, she had $3,069.40. So year three, she earns 1.4% interest to end of year two total. So end of year two total is this 369.40. And then I'll use another method. I'll just directly multiply it by 101.4 over 100. So I'll directly get the value instead of calculating the interest separately. This is another method that you can use. So you have this initial amount and your interest is 1.4%. So if you add this to 100, you get 101.4%. So your final value will be 101.4% of this initial value, 3069, which is the year two end total. So you can do this directly, or if you want, you can calculate the interest on this separately and then add it together. Either way is fine. So 3069.40 multiplied by 101.4 and then the answer divided by 100. So this will be $3,112.37. And then let's calculate for account B. So this is your year three end total that she will have after 3 years. So account B is pretty straightforward. This is a compound interest of 1.3% per year. So you know the formula to calculate the final amount. You will have principal multiplied by 1 plus rate over 100 to the power n, where n is the number of years. So let's substitute the values. Your principal amount at the start is 3,000. And then 1 plus rate is 1.3%. So 1.3 over 100. And for 3 years, 3 is your time. So 1.3 divided by 100 plus 1. And then this power 3. And then multiplied by 3,000. So here you will get $3,118.53. So if you compare the two values, she will have more money if she invested in account B. So your answer here is account B. And how much money will she have after the end of 3 years? It's $3,118.53. Question number two is Jenny recorded the time in minutes of 40 movies. The table summarizes her results. So you have time in minutes and then frequency. So that means two movies were between 60 and 80 minutes long, seven movies were between 80 and 100 minutes long, and so on. On the grid below, draw a frequency polygon to represent this information. So to draw the frequency polygon, you first need the middle values of each of these intervals. So let me create another row. Let's call it mid value. So what is the mid value between 60 and 80? It's 70. 60 plus 80, which is 140, divided by 2 is 70. 80 and 100, the mid value will be 90. Here the mid value will be 110, 130, and 150. So now you can plot these frequency values on these mid values. So your frequency is 2 for mid value of 70. So this will be a point here. Then your next mid value is 90 and the frequency is 7. So 90 and 7 is this point. 110 and 15. So 110 and 15 will be this value. 130 and 11. 130 is this line. And then 11 will be this one. And then 150 and 5. So 5 is this one. And then for the first class, your starting value is 60, so you will start with this 60 on, and your y value will be 0. So you start on the x-axis here, and then your final class ends at 160. So your final, you'll bring down your frequency polygon at this point on the x-axis, which has the value of 160. So you draw straight lines. So let me draw those. So you have to join each corresponding points with a straight line. And then for the final point, you will bring it back down to the x-axis. So uh, this is how your frequency polygon will look like. So the next part is Jenny asks 60 people how many movies they had each watched in the last month. The table summarizes her results below. So P number of people watched 0 movies, 14 people watched 1 movie, 15 people watched 2 movies, and so on. The mean number of movies watched is 2.3. Find the values of P and Q. So to calculate the mean, you multiply the frequency by by its corresponding values. So let's first find the equation for the mean. So mean will be 0 times p. So p times 0 plus 14 times 1 plus 15 times 2 plus 7 times 3 plus 4q, 4 times q, 5 plus 5 times 5 and plus 6 times 2. And then divided by the total number of values, which is the sum of all these frequencies, which we know is 60 because the survey was for 60 people. So p times 0 will be 0. Then you will have 14 plus 15 times 2 is 30 plus 7 times 3 is 21 plus 4q plus 5 times 5 is 25 plus 6 times 2 is 12. So you will have 102 plus 4q divided by 60 equals to mean is 2.3. So now you can find the value of q. So 4q will be equals to 60 times 2.3. I take it there to multiply, and then this 102 will be subtracted on the other side. And so 60 times 2.3 minus 102. So this is 36. So 4q equals 36, and then q will be 9. And then you know that the sum of all frequencies is 60. So you can use that equation. So p plus 14 plus 15 plus 7 plus q, which is 9, plus 5 plus 2 should equal 60. So if I add all of these together, 14, 15, 7, 9, 5, and 2. So you get 52. So this is P plus 52 equals to 60. And then P will be 60 minus 52, which is 8. So P is 8 and the value of Q is 9. Part C is Jenny also asked which type of movie each of the 60 people preferred. The table summarizes her results. So 24 people preferred action movies, 15 preferred comedy, 9 preferred drama, and 12 people preferred horror. So part 1 is complete the pie chart to represent the results. So here you have action, which has a frequency of 24. So we need to draw the sections in the pie chart for comedy, drama, and horror. So let's first calculate the angle for the comedy, the area, or sorry, the angle of the sector in this pie chart that will be occupied by comedy. So comedy is preferred by 15 people. So 15 out of the total, which is 60. 15 divided by 60 and then multiplied by the full 360 degrees. So 15 divided by 360 and then multiplied by, sorry, 15 divided by 60 and then multiplied by 360. So this is 90 degrees. And then angle of sector for drama, you will have 9 people who prefer drama movies divided by 60, which is the total, and then multiplied by 360. So 9 divided by 60 multiplied by 360 degrees. So this is 54 degrees. And the last one is horror. So angle for horror. So this will be 12 over 60 multiplied by 360 degrees. So 12 divided by 60 multiplied by 360. So this is 72 degrees. So now you can draw these sectors in this pie chart. So you can either start from this side or this side. I'll start from here. So the first angle sector that I'll mark is for comedy, which has an angle of 90 degrees. So I'll use my protractor here. So if this is the 0, I'll center it here. And then this will be my 0 degrees, the vertical line. And then my 90 degree will be this point here. So I can mark this point as my 90 degrees. And then the next one is 54 degrees. So let's first draw this line for 90 degrees. So this angle here will be 90 degrees. And then the next one is 54 degrees. So let's start from this side again. And now this will be my 0 degree line. And so 54 degrees will be, this is 50, this is 55, and then this one is 54. So let's draw this line as well. So this will be, so this was comedy. This is drama, and the remaining angle, so this is 54, and the remaining angle here will be 72 degrees, which is for horror. So that's how you will complete this pie chart. So let me move this out of the way here. So this angle here is 72, the remaining angle. Part 2 is one of the 60 people is chosen at random. Find the probability that this person preferred drama or horror. So probability of drama or horror. So this will be equal to probability of drama plus the probability of horror. So what is the probability that the person preferred drama? So 9 people out of 60. So this is 9 over 60 plus horror. The probability is 12 over 60. So 12 plus 9 will be 21 over 60. Part 3 is 2 of the 60 people are chosen at random. Calculate the probability that they both preferred comedy movies. So this is probability of comedy and comedy. 2 people are chosen. So let me explain this through the probability tree diagram. So you have 3 possibilities: comedy, horror, in fact more than 3: comedy, horror, drama, and action. Drama and then action. So what is the probability of picking a person who prefers comedy is 15 over 60. So this probability is 15 by 60. Horror, this is, let me write this neatly here. So this is horror H. The probability of horror is choosing a person who prefers horror is 12 over 60. Drama is 9 over 60. And action is 24 over 60. And now you're finding the probability that you choose two people and both preferred comedy. So if you choose comedy, if you choose the first person, the probability of choosing comedy is 15 over 60. So you'll end up here, and then you will draw the tree, continue the tree for comedy. So I don't need to draw the rest. I'm just concerned with comedy and comedy because if I choose both comedies, I'll go this direction, end up here, and then go this direction. So if you've already chosen a person who preferred comedy, how many people are left who preferred comedy? 15 minus 1. So this here will be, uh, let me write it above here. So 14 over, and then how many total people are left? If you have already chosen one, 59 people are left. So this is 14 over 59. So the total probability that both preferred comedy movies is 15 over 60, this value multiplied by this value, which is 14 over 59. So 15 times 14 is 210 divided by 60 into 59. 60 into 59, 3540. So this will be 210 divided by 3540. Question number 3 is solve this given equation. So we can open this bracket up. So I will get 3x plus 30 equals to 12 minus 7x. And then I bring this 7x here. I will get 7x plus 3x will be 10x. And this will be 12 minus 30. So this will be 10x equals to 12 minus 30 will be minus 18. And then x will be minus 1.8. Part B is solve these simultaneous equations. So let's call this equation 1, this as equation 2. So if I multiply this equation by 3, I will get 3y here, and then I can add these two equations to eliminate the y variable. So I will get 4x minus 3y equals to 28 as it is, and then multiply this by 3, I will get 18x plus 3y equals to 27. And then add them together. This will cancel out. 18 plus 4 will be 22x equals to 28 plus 27. This is 55. So x will be 55 divided by 22. So this divided by 22, you'll have 2.5. And then I can substitute the value of x in this equation, equation number 2. So 6 into 2.5 plus y is unknown equals to 9, and then 6 into 2.5 is 15, and then if I take this 15 to the other side, I will have to subtract. So 9 minus 15 will be minus 6. So y value is minus 6. Part C is simplify this expression. So in the numerator, I can take v common. So this will be v into v minus 8. And then I can factorize this quadratic equation in the denominator. So 24 multiplied by 2 is 48. Since this is a negative sign, so I have minus 24 into plus 2, which is minus 48. So that means I have to find factors of 48 that if I subtract them, I get minus 13. So let's look at the factors of 48. So I have 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 4 is 28, then 2 times 12, 2 times 6, 2 times 3, and 3 times 1. So if I take this, this is 2 times 2, 4, 8, 8 and 6. So no, 8 and 6, if I subtract them, I get 2. So let's include this 2 here and then use this. So if I group them this way, I get 2 times 2, 4, 4 times 2, 8, 8 times 2, 16, and then 3. So if I subtract, I can get 13. So let me write this here, 2v square minus 16v and then plus 3v. So minus 16v plus 3v will be minus 13v. So minus 24. So if I multiply minus 16 plus and with positive 3, I get minus 48. And if I add them together, this has a negative sign, so I get minus 13. So then I can take 2v common. So this will be, the numerator will remain the same. 2v into v minus 8 plus 3 into, I take 3 common, I get v minus 8. And then I can take this v minus 8 common as well. So this will be v into v minus 8 over v minus 8 times 2v plus 3. And this v minus 8 and this v minus 8 will cancel out. So I will get v over 2v plus 3. So this is how you will simplify this. Question 4 is, you have a universal set of x where x is an integer between 1 and 18. So including 1 and 18, because this is greater than equal to and less than equal to. So x, this universal set is basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So every number up till 18. A is a set of prime numbers and B is a set of these numbers which are given. So part 1 is complete the Venn diagram to illustrate this information. So they have already filled this set B with these numbers. So set A is a set of prime numbers. So what will be the numbers inside set A? The first prime number is 2. Then you have 3. You have 5, 7. And then 11, 13. And then 17 is also a prime number. So these are all the prime numbers between 1 and 18. So you have already 2 and 3 listed here, which are also common elements between A and B. So you will write the rest of the elements here: 5, 7, 11, 13, and 17. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements. Part B is complete the description of the set B. So answer B equals to, so B is a set of X where X is a factor of dash. So you're given these numbers. So all these numbers that belong to set B, they are a factor of some number. So which number, what would be that number? So if I calculate their LCM, so the lowest common multiple of these numbers will give me a number for which I have all of these numbers as its factors. So let's write them down. So you have 1, 2, 3. So I'm writing down the numbers in set B: 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 12, sorry, 9 as well, 9, 12, and 18. So let's write them down as a product of their prime factors so that I can find the LCM. So 1, 2, 3 will be as it is. There are no other factors. 4 can be written as 2 times 2. 6 can be written as 2 times 3. 9 can be written as 3 times 3. 12 can be written as 2 times 2 times 3. And this can be written as 2 times 3 times 3. So the LCM of all these numbers will be, so the maximum power of 2 is this, 2 power 2, so 2 into 2. Then the maximum power of 3 is also 2, 3 into 3. So yeah, this will give you the LCM. So 2 times 4, 4 3s are 12, 36. So this answer here is 36. So all these numbers in this set B are factors of 36. So if you divide 36 by any of these numbers, you will get a whole number. So it will divide them completely. Part B is find the number of elements in A union B. So A union B is this set here, everything in A and B. So you have to basically calculate the number of elements inside this. So you can count all of these numbers. So let's count these: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 numbers are present in the set A union B. Part 4 is list the elements of A complement B. So A complement B, let me erase this. In fact, I missed out on writing the elements that are outside these two sets. So I have A, which is, so let's look at the universal set. 1 is present here, 2 is here, 3 is here, 4 is here, 5, 6 is also present, 7 is also present. Do I have 8 here? 8 is not present, so I have 8 outside. 9 is present, 10 is also not present, so 10, 11, 12 is absent. No, 12 is here. 13 is here. 14 is not present, so 14 will be here. 15 is also not in any of these, so 15. And then 16 is also not here. 16 is also outside. 17 and 18. Okay. So now list the elements of A complement intersection with B. So A complement is everything outside of this set A, right? So everything outside is these numbers and these numbers. And then you have to find the intersection of A complement. So A complement is everything outside of this. And then this whole region, where is the overlap with B? So that is this region. So this is the region which is present in O complement. Oh, sorry, A complement. So this region here is present in A complement because it's outside this set. And this is also present in B. So the intersection is the overlapping region. So here you will have the elements will be these elements in this red region, which is 1, 4, 6, 9, 12, and 18. Part B is find the LCM of 140 and 70. So, 770. So let's calculate this. Both are divisible by 2. So 2 times 7 is 70, and this will be 770 divided by 2. 3s are 6, 117, 8s are 16, 110, 385. Then I can divide both by 5. So 70 divided by 5 will be 5 on the 5 to 20, 14. And this will be 5 times 7 is 35. 335 again, 77. Both are divisible by 7. So 2 and 11. And then I get 2, 1 and 11 as it is because 11 is not divisible by 2, and then 11 divided by 11. So I get 1 and 1 here. So your LCM is basically 2 times 5 times 7 times 2 times 11. So this will be 5 times 2 is 10 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 11. 1540. Part C is a rectangular field measures 450 meters by 306 meters. So this is 450 and this is 306. The whole field is divided into identical square plots with no land remaining. Find the largest possible side length for the squares. So you're dividing it into square blocks. Let's call the length of each square block as L. So this is also L. So you continue. And no land is left after you take out these squares. So you take out this way and then you also take out this way as well. So we have to find the maximum possible value of L. So if no land is remaining, that means 450 should be divisible by L. Otherwise, if it's not divisible by L, there will be some land remaining on this length. So let me give you a smaller example. So if you have one length is 12 and let's call this 18 and this length 12. So if I take, let's say I take length on this side as 4. So what is 18 divided by 4? It is 4 times 4 is 16, 4 point something, right? So I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes and then 16, this will be 16, 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, right? So there will be 2 meters remaining here. So since 18 is not divisible by 4, you will have some length remaining. So you have to choose a number that is divisible. So choose a numbers which is a factor of 18. So 18 divided by, let's say 2 is possible. Then you will have 18 divided by 2, 9 boxes on this side, and then 6 boxes on this side because you have 12 length here. But you have to find the maximum possible value of this length L such that it divides both 450 and 306, which means L should be a factor of 450 and a factor of 306 as well. And since we are looking for the largest possible value, so that means we are looking for the highest common factor for 450 and 306. So we want to calculate the HCF of 450 and 306. So both are divisible by 2. So 2 2s are 4, 2 2s are 4, 110, 225, and 2 1s are 2, 110, 153. And 5 to 7, 9, both are divisible by 3. 3 7s are 21, 115. 3 4s are 12. 330, sorry, 3 5s are 15. And then 1. And then again divisible by 3. 3 2s are 6, 115. 3 5s are 15. And then 3 1s are 3, 221, 17. Now they don't have anything common, so HCF will be basically HCF of 306 and 450 is 2 into 3 into 3, which is 18. So 18 meters. So if you select this length to be 18 meters, you will have 450 will be divisible by 18 and you will have a whole number. So let's calculate it. 450 divided by 18 is 25. So you will have 25 blocks this way, and then 306 divided by 18 will give you 17 blocks this way. So both 306 and 450 are divisible by 18. Question number 5 is OAB is a sector of a circle. Center is O, radius is 11 centimeters. This angle is 134. Calculate the length of the arc AB. So length of arc AB will be simply 134 over 360 into 2 pi r. So this is 134 over 360 into 2 pi into the radius is 11. So let's calculate this. 2 into pi into 134 into 11, and then divide by 360. So this will be 25.7 written up to 3 significant figures. Calculate the shortest distance from O to the line AB. So the shortest distance will be this one, such that this angle is 90 degree and it will bisect this angle AOB. So if this is 134, so 134 divided by 2 will be 67. So this angle is 67 degrees and this angle is also 67 degrees. So if you look at this triangle, let's call this point M. So if you look at this triangle OMB, so let me draw this here. OMB, this is 90 degrees, this is 67 degrees, and this length is 11. So I need to calculate this length OM. So this shortest distance will be, I can use this shortest distance. So this is the base if I'm looking at this angle, and this is the hypotenuse. So I can use the cosine of cos of 67 equals to this shortest distance ON base over the hypotenuse, which is 11. So this will give me shortest distance equals to cosine of 67. So cos of 67 multiplied by 11. So this is, again, I will write it up till 3 significant figures. So this will be rounded up to 4.30. And the units is centimeters. So 4.30 centimeters. Part B is volume of a cone is given and the curved surface area is pi RL. A cone has height 9.5 centimeters and the volume 115 centimeter cube. Show that the radius is 3.4 centimeters. So you can use the formula for the volume. So volume is given as 1 by 3 pi r square h. So volume is 115. 115 equals to 1 by 3 into pi into r square. R is the unknown. We have to show the value of R is this. And then the height is 9.5. So this will be 115 equals to uh, pi into 9.5, then divide by 3. So this is 9.948, 9.948 r square. So I will divide this here on the other side of the equation. 115 divided by 9.948. So r square will be, so I'll continue here. R square will equal 11.5601, and then r will be the square root of this. So square root, and this is 3.4 up till one decimal place. So you have shown that the radius is 3.4 centimeter. Calculate the curved surface area of the cone. So the curved surface area is pi r L. You know the value of the radius is 3.4. L is unknown. So L is this slanting height, this one. So we need to find this first. So if I draw a straight line down the middle of the cone, I will end up here. And I know that this height is the same as this height. So this height is also 9.5. And this is the radius, which is 3.4. So I can use this triangle, which is a right angled triangle here, and use the Pythagoras theorem to calculate this L. So L squared, which is the hypotenuse, will be equal to 9.5 square plus 3.4 square. So 9.5 square plus 3.4 square, and then take the square root to find the value of L. So this will be 10.09. So L is 10.09. So curved surface area is pi RL, which is pi into 3.4 into 10.09. So let's calculate this. Pi into 3.4 into 10.09. So this is 107.77. So I will write it up till three significant figures. So this will be rounded up to 108 centimeter square. So this is your curved surface area for this cone. So question number 6 is complete the table for this given equation. So the missing values are for x minus 1 and x equals to 7. So let's first calculate this value. When x is minus 1, you will have y equals to minus 1 square divided by 2 minus 3 times minus 1 plus 2. So this will be 1 over 2 plus 3 plus 2. So this will be 5.5. So this value here will be 5.5. And then similarly, we can calculate the value of y when x is 7. So you will have 7 square over 2 minus 3 times 7 plus 2. So this will be 49 over 2 minus 21 plus 2. So 49 divided by 2 minus 21 plus 2. So this is also 5.5. So your value here will be 5.5 as well. Part B is draw the graph of y equals to x squared over 2 minus 3x plus 2 for x values between minus 1 and 7, including these values minus 1 and 7 as well. So we are given the x's here, so we can easily plot these points and draw the curve for this equation. So the first point is minus 1 and 5.5. So x value is minus 1 and y value is 5.5. So this will be 5. And then if you move up, each small block is 0.2. So this will be 5.2, 5.4, and this value here will be 5.5. The next value is 0 and 2. So 0 and 2. The next value is 1 and minus 0.5. So 1 and minus 0.5. So 1 is here, minus 0.5 will be in the middle of this small block. This value is minus 0.2. This is 0.6, 0.8, minus 1. So yeah, this will be minus 0.5. 2 and minus 2 will be this one. And then 3 and minus 2.5. 3 and minus 2.5 will be this value. 4 and minus 2. 5 and minus 0.5. So 5 and minus 0.5 will be this one. 6 and 2. And then 7 and 5.5. So this is the plot. Let's try to draw the curve here. So this is how your curve will look like. Part C is by drawing a tangent, estimate the gradient of the curve at x equals to 1.5. So to draw the tangent, I'll use my ruler and draw a line, straight line that touches the graph of this curve at x equals to 1.5. So let me arrange my ruler like this so that it barely touches the curve at this point. So a little bit more towards this side maybe. So let me try to align it again. Okay, so this looks like it will touch this graph at this point, which is the x value is 1.5. So let's draw a straight line for this ruler here, starting at this point and then touching the graph. Let's continue it up till the end here. Something like this. All right, so this is the line that you will draw, which touches the graph at x equals to 1.5. So let's calculate the values. So we need any 2 points on this line to calculate the gradient of the curve at this x equals to 1.5 value. So let's take this point here. So the x coordinate is minus 0.5, 0.6, 0.7. So minus 0.7, and the y coordinate is 2. And if you look at this point, the x value is almost 3.1 and the y value is minus 4. So this is minus 4. So to calculate the gradient y2 minus y1, so let's take these 2 minus minus 4 divided by x2 minus x1, which is minus 0.7 minus 3.1. So you will have 6. 4 plus 2 will be 6 and minus 3.8. So let's calculate 6 divided by 3.8. is 1.57, and you have the negative sign here. So the gradient here will be 1. I'll write it up to 3 significant figures. So this will be minus 1.58. Move this out of the way. The next part is complete these inequalities to describe the range of values of x where y is greater than equal to 0. So where on this curve y is greater than equal to 0, it's greater than 0 here up till this value where the y values after this go in negative, and then they again become positive or greater than 0 at this point. So you're looking for this x value and this x value. So all x values less than this, less than equal to this, the y value is greater than equal to 0. So y is 0 at this point. So this red point is 0 0.5, 0 0.6, 0 0.7, 0 0.75. So this is in the middle of this block, so 0.75. So for values of x less than equal to 0.75, your y value is greater than equal to 0. And then here I have 5, 5.1, and 5.2. So for x values greater than 5.2, your y values are greater than equal to 0. So x is greater than equal to 5.2, and then your y values are greater than equal to 0. Part E1 is on the same grid, draw the line for this equation. So we can take any two values of x and find the corresponding y values. So one value we can take is x is 0, and the other value, so 0 will be somewhere here, and then we can take another value, x is, let's say, 4. So the y values here will be, when x is 0, this becomes 0, and then 4y equals to 12, then y equals to 3. And then when x is 4, you get 4y plus 3 into 4 equals to 12. This becomes 12. 4y equals to 12 minus 12 will be 0, and then y equals to 0. So your 2 points are 0, 3, and 4, 0. So 0, 3 will be this point here. And sorry, not this one. This is 1. 0, 3 will be this one. 0 and 3, and then 4, 0 will be this point on the x-axis. So your line will pass through these points. So we can draw a straight line which passes through these points. So something like this. So this will be your line represented by this equation, 4y plus 3x equals 12. The next part is the x coordinates of the points of intersection of this line and the curve are the solutions of this equation, 2x squared plus ax plus b equals to 0. Find the values of a and value of b. So that means if you solve the equation of the line and the curve simultaneously and you solve for x, that means if you eliminate the y variable, you will get this equation. So let me write down the equations again. So equation of line is 4y plus 3x equals to 12. And the equation of the curve is, let's look at that. It's x squared over 2 minus 3x plus 2. Y equals to x squared over 2 minus 3x plus 2. So that means if you solve these two equations simultaneously, eliminating the variable y, you will end up with this equation. So we can eliminate the variable y and write this equation in this form and then compare with this to find the values of a and b. So if I substitute y from this equation 2, so this is 1. So substitute y from equation number 2 in equation number 1. So this will become 4 into y. Y is what? This one, x square over 2 minus 3x plus 2, and then plus 3x, continuing this equation, equals to 12. So if I open this bracket, this 2 will cancel out with this. So 2 times 2 is 4. So this will become 2x square minus 12x plus 8 plus 3x equals to 12. So now in this equation, you have everything on one side of the equation and you have 0 on the other side. So I'll bring this 12 here as well. So this minus 12 plus 3 will be minus 9x. So 2x square minus 9x plus 8 minus 12. So plus 8 minus 12 equals to 0. And then if I simplify it further, I will get 2x square minus 9x. 8 minus 12 will be minus 4 equals to 0. Now you can compare this equation with this equation here. So you have 2x square, a times x. So what is the coefficient of x? You have minus 9. So a is minus 9. And then the variable value without any x variable is b. And here you have minus 4. So your value of b is minus 4. Question 7 is a yard sails the triangular route shown. The bearing of B from A is 135 degrees. This length BC is 3.7 kilometers, AC is 2.8 kilometers, and angle ABC is 42 degrees. Part A is show that angle CAB is 62.2 degrees correct to one decimal place. So CAB is this angle, and we have to show that this is equal to 62.2 degrees. So we know this angle in this triangle ABC, and we know the opposite side length as well. This angle is unknown that we have to find, and we also know the length of the side which is opposite to this angle. So we can use the sine rule here. So sine of angle CAB divided by the length opposite, which is 3.7, equals to, using this angle and this side, so sine of angle ABC, which is 42 degrees, divided by the side opposite, which is 2.8. So sine of CAB will be 3.7 multiplied by, so I took this 3.7 to the other side, sine of 42 degrees divided by 2.8. So let's calculate this. Sine of 42 divided by 2.8 and then multiplied by 3.7. So let me continue up here. So sine of CAB is equals to 0.8842, and then CAB will be simply sine inverse of this. So sine inverse 62.15. So this is 62.15 degrees, and then correct to one decimal place. So since this is 5, I will round this up. So CAB will be 62.2 degrees. So you have shown that CAB angle is 62.2. Part B is find the bearing of A from C. So the bearing of this point A from this point C. So if I draw a line north of C, which represents the north line here, similar to this one, this is the bearing of A from this point C. So this is the angle that we need to find. So if I extend this line further, so this line, these two lines representing north are parallel. So if this angle is, let's call this X, this angle here will be X as well, because these two angles are alternate angles of parallel lines. So these are two parallel lines. The line AC is the line which intersects these two parallel lines, and this angle, these two angles X are alternate angles that you have studied. And we know that this full angle is how much? CAB is given 62.2 degrees. So this is 62.2 degrees. And let me call this angle Y. So X plus Y should equal 62.2, right? And I can calculate this angle Y because this is a straight line. And now I know that this angle is 135 degrees. So Y plus 135 should equal 180. So this will give me Y equals to 180 minus 135, which is 45 degrees. So this is 45 degrees, this angle Y here. So if this is 45, I can calculate X, which is also the bearing of A from C. So this angle X here is X plus Y should equal angle CAB. So this is 62.2 and Y is 45. So 62.2 minus 45. Let's calculate that. Sorry, minus 45 is 17.2. So this is 17.2 degrees. So if this angle is 17.2, then this angle, using the alternate angles property, this angle here is 17.2 as well. So your bearing of A from C is 017.2 degrees. The next part is the yard sails from A to B to C to A. Calculate the total length of the route. So it sails from A to B in this direction, then B to C in this direction, and then C to A in this direction. So we know these two lengths. This is 3.7 kilometer, this distance. This distance is 2.8 kilometers. This is the distance which we need to calculate. So we can again use the sine rule, but the angle opposite this distance or this line AB in this triangle is ACB, which is unknown. But we know the other two angles in the triangle. This angle is 62.2. This angle is 42 degrees. So we can calculate this, and then using the sine rule, we can calculate this length. So let's first calculate angle ACB. So ACB plus 62.2 plus 42 should equal 180. So angle ACB plus 62.2 plus the last one was 42 degrees plus 42 should equal 180. So angle ACB is 180 minus 42 minus 62.2. So this is 75.8 degrees. Now we can calculate this length AB. So we can use the sine rule. AB over this sine of this angle, and let's use this 42 degrees and 2.8. So length AB over sine of the angle opposite, which is 75.8, equals to this length AC, which is 2.8, and over sine of the angle opposite this length, which is 42. So this will be 2.8 over sine of 42 degrees. So this will give you AB equals to, so 2.8 divided by sine of 42 degrees, and then multiplied by sine of 75.8. Sine of 75.8. So this gives you 4.056, and then I'll write it up till three significant figures. So this will be 4.06. So AB is 4.06 kilometers. So total length of the route will be this length AB, which is 4.06, plus the other two lengths, 3.7 and 2.8, plus 3.7 plus 2.8. So this will be 4.06 plus 3.7 plus 2.8. So this is 10.56 kilometers. So this is how you'll solve this question. So question number 8 is OYC is a triangle. A is a point on OY, B is a point on CY, AB is parallel to OC, and AC and OB intersect at this point X. Part A is prove that triangle ABX is similar to triangle COX. So this is the triangle ABX, this upper one, and this lower one is the other triangle COX. So we have to prove that the two triangles are similar. So we can use the angle properties. If we can show that any two angles of these two triangles are equal, then they are similar. So since these are two parallel lines, AB and OC, so that means this angle will be equal to this angle because these are two alternating angles. These are two alternate angles for these two parallel lines AB and OC, where AC is the line that passes through these parallel lines. So angle BAX equals to angle OCX because alternate angles where AB is parallel to OC. And similarly, this angle here will be equal to this angle. These are also alternate angles for these two parallel lines. So angle ABX will be equal to angle COX because alternate angles, again the same parallel lines, AB is parallel to OC, and you have shown that two angles are equal, so two angles are equal, so triangle ABX and triangle COX, they are similar. If you want, you can show, if you don't want to show one of these angles as being equal, so this also you can show that this is equal to this because they are vertically opposite angles. So you can show any of the two angles out of the three to prove that the two triangles are similar. Part B is OA is a vector 3A, OC vector is 6C, and CB ratio BY is 1:2. So this OA is 3A and 6C. So this vector here is 3A, this vector here is 6C, and this ratio here is 1:2. So this full length, if this is 3, this will be 1, this will be 2. CB ratio BY, CB ratio BY. So the first part is find as simply as possible in terms of A and or C the vector AB. So AB is this vector and we want to find this vector value in terms of A and C. So if I look at this triangle OYC and triangle AYB, they are similar. So let me draw this here again. So this is, in fact, let me redraw this more so that it looks closer to this shape here. Okay, this is better. So this is O, Y, C, and A, B. So A, Y, B and O, Y, C are similar triangles because these two are parallel lines. This angle is equal to this corresponding angles. This is also same, these two. These are also corresponding angles. And then this third angle is the common angle. So this triangle AYB and this bigger triangle OYC are similar, and we know that this vector here is 6C, so we can use the property of similar triangles that their corresponding sides, the ratio of their corresponding sides is similar. So we are already given this ratio here. So we can use this ratio. So this will give us, so what is, so we have to find AB. So this length BY and the corresponding length is CY in the larger triangle. So I'm taking this length in this small triangle and this large length in the bigger triangle. So this is Y here. So this ratio should equal the ratio AB over OC. AB over OC. So these ratios are same because these are corresponding sides of similar triangles. And we know that AB over OC is how much? Oh, sorry, BY over CY. BY is 2 and CY is, this length is 3. So this will be 2 over 3. So let me write it down here. So triangle OYC and AYB are similar. Triangle OYC and triangle AYB are similar. So this gives us these ratios. BY over CY equals, so BY over CY lengths will equal AB over OC. AB over OC. So let me continue here. So this will give me AB is unknown, OC is given as 6C, and BY over CY ratio is how much? BY is 2 and CY is 3. So this will be 2 over 3. So if I take this to the other side, I will get AB equals to 2 over 3 times 6C. So this will be 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6, 2 times 2 will give you 4C. So this vector AB is 4C. The next part is you have to find the vector CY. So CY is this vector, this one here. I can find this vector if I add, using the head to tail rule, CO plus OA plus AY. So I already know CO, I already know OA is 3A. The only unknown here is AY. And again, using the same property of similar triangles, we know that this is 2 ratio 3 for this small triangle. If this is 2 for this large triangle, this is 3. So these are again the two corresponding sides. So if this is 2, AY is 2, then OY will be 3. The ratio remains the same for similar triangles. So if this is 2, this is 3, right? So we can use again this property of similar triangles to get this value of AY. So that means if this full length is 3, this length is 2, so this length is how much? 1. So this gives us the ratio, this length OA over this length AY will be, this is 1, this is 2, so 1 over 2. Or yeah, so we can use this equation to find this vector AY. So let's use this. OY over AY is 1 over 2. So OA over AY equals to 1 over 2. So I need to find the value of AY. So if I cross multiply, I get AY equals to 2 times OA. And we are given OA is 3A. So this will be 2 times 3A, which is 6A. So AY vector is 6A. So this here will be 6A. Now I can find the value of CY, which will be minus 6C plus 3A plus 6A. So this will be, CY will be minus 6C plus 3A plus 6A using the head to tail rule. And this will give you 9A minus 6C. So 9A minus 6C. So final value of vector CY is 9A minus 6C. Part C is find in its simplest form the ratio OX ratio XB. So you're looking for this ratio OX ratio XB. So again, these are two similar triangles, triangle AXB and triangle OXC. So let me write it down here. OX, this length over this length, the ratio OX over XB will equal the ratio OC over AB. OC in this triangle and AB on this upper small triangle. OC over AB. So we already have OC 6C, and we also calculated AB as so AB was 4C. So simply OX over XB will be OC over AB. OC over AB. So this will be OC is how much? OC is 6C and AB is 4C. And this C and C will cancel out and you will get 6 over 4. And you can get 3 over 2. So OX ratio XB is 3 ratio 2. The next part is area of triangle COX ratio area of triangle ABX. So COX and ABX. So this triangle ratio area of this triangle. So using the property that the ratio, you can take the square of the ratio of their sides, corresponding sides, which will give you the ratio of their areas. So area triangle COX over area triangle ABX. Let's take their corresponding sides. So the first is COX. COX. So we can actually use this ratio here that we already calculated. So OX over XB is 3 ratio 2. So OX is the length in this triangle COX and XB is the length in this triangle ABX. So we already know the ratio of these sides is 3 over 2, which we calculated in the previous part, and then you have to take the square of this ratio. This will give you the ratio of their areas. So this will be 9 over 4. So the ratio will be 9 ratio 4. Last part is area of triangle AYB ratio area of trapezium OABC. So let me show this here. So this is the same diagram. So now we are looking for area of this triangle AYB ratio area of this quadrilateral or trapezium OABC. So I know that this green triangle AYB is similar to this yellow triangle OYC. So I can calculate the ratio of their areas, and then from this yellow triangle I can subtract this red triangle, which will give me the area of this green trapezium here, right? So let's do that. So let's first find the uh, ratio of the areas of the two triangles AYB and OYC. So area of triangle AYB over area of triangle OYC, and we know that this length is 2, this length here is 2, this length here is 3. So this will be 2 over 3 square. So this will be 2 over 3 square, the square of their corresponding ratio of their corresponding sides. So these are two, this is the ratio of their corresponding sides, and we take the square to get the ratio of their area. So this will be 9 over 4. So, sorry, 4 over 9, not 9 over 4. So this gives you, this red triangle is area is 4, then the yellow triangle area is 9. So to find the green triangle area, I can subtract this red area from this yellow, which is 9. So this yellow area is 9. The red area is 4. And then the green area will be 9 minus 4. So to find the area of triangle AYB, ratio area of this trapezium, area of OABC. This will be area of triangle AYB is 4. But now the trapezium area is this full big triangle 9 minus this small triangle 4. So this will give you 4 over 9 minus 4 is 5. So your answer will be 4 ratio 5. So if you look at here, as I explained, the red area is 4. The yellow area, big triangle, is 9. So this green area is yellow minus red, which is 9 minus 4. So you are actually looking for these two ratios. So this is 5. So you're looking for this ratio, this, which is 4 ratio 5. The next question is, on Monday, Ravi goes on a 20-kilometer run. His average speed for the first 12 kilometer is x kilometers per hour. Write down an expression in terms of x for the time taken for the first 12 kilometers. So time taken will be distance, which is 12 kilometers, divided by the speed, which is x kilometers per hour. So this is the time taken in hours. So if you want to convert it into minutes, because the question asks you to do so, so you will simply multiply it by 60 to convert the hours into minutes. So 12 times 60 will be 720 over x minutes. 720 over x. Part 2 is, his average speed for the final 8 kilometer of the run is 1.5 kilometers per hour, slower than for the first 12 kilometers. So average speed for final 8 kilometers is 1.5 kilometer less than the previous one, which was for the first 12 kilometers. So the average speed for the first 12 kilometer is x, and the next average speed for the next 8 kilometers is 1.5 kilometers per hour less than this x. So x minus 1.5. Write an expression in terms of x for the time taken for the final 8 kilometer of the run. Give your answer in minutes. So time taken again will be distance, which is 8 kilometers, divided by the speed, which is x minus 1.5. This is in hours. So to convert it into minutes, I will multiply it by uh, 60. So this will be x minus 1.5. This will be in minutes. So 8 times 60 is 480. So this will be 480 over x minus 1.5 minutes. Part 3 is, Ravi takes 110 minutes to complete the full 20 kilometers. Form an equation in x and show that it simplifies to this. So your total time, so you ran, Ravi ran first 12 kilometers and then he ran another 8 kilometers. So the time taken for the first 12 kilometers is 720 over x minutes. And then for the last 8 kilometers, the time taken is 480 over x minus 1.5 minutes. And the total time taken for the complete run, complete 20-kilometer run is 110 minutes. So this is 110 minutes. So if you add these two, you should equal it to 110 minutes. So 720 over x, which is the time for first 12 kilometers, plus the time for the last 8 kilometers, should equal 110. So now we can simplify this equation and convert it into this form. So if I take the LCM here, it will be x into x minus 1.5. Then I'll have to multiply 720 by x minus 1.5 plus 480 will be multiplied with this x. So I'll get 480x equals to 110. So if I open this bracket up, I will get 720x minus 720 times 1.5. So this is 1080 minus 1080 plus 480x, and I can open this bracket in the denominator. So I will get x square minus 1.5x equals to 110. So let me continue here. And then I will cross multiply. So first I can add these two, 720x plus 480x. So 720 plus 480. This will give you 1200x. So you will have 1200x minus 1080 equals to 110x square. So I'm taking this to the other side. So 110x square minus 110 into 1.5, 110 into 1.5 minus 165x. So since my coefficient of x square is positive, I have x square positive here. I'll bring everything towards the right. So this will give me 110x square minus 165x. So if I take this to the other side, I will get minus 1200x. This will become plus 1080 equals to 0. So minus 165 minus 1200. So minus 165 minus 1200. So this gives you minus 1365. So this will be 110x square minus 1365 x plus 1080 equals to 0. So now I can divide by 5 because all these three numbers are divisible by 5. So 110 divided by 5, 110 divided by 5 will give you 22x square. So 22x square minus 1365 divided by 5, 1365 divided by 5 goes to minus 273x plus 1080 divided by 5 plus 216 equals to 0. You can show this as you have taken 5 common and then you can divide by 5 take this 5 to the other side. So 0 divided by 5 will be 0. So you will get this equation at the end. So this is the same as this 22x squared minus 273x plus 216 equals to 0. So we've shown that equation in x comes down to this. Next part is solve this equation. So we can use the quadratic formula. So x will be minus b minus 273 plus minus square root of minus 273 square minus 4ac, 4 times 22 times 216, and then divide by 2a, 2 times 22. So let's calculate this value. 273 square minus 4 into 22 into 216. So this is 550, 5521. So x equals to, this minus and minus becomes positive, 273 plus square root of 55,521 divided by 44, or x equals 273 minus square root 55,521 divided by 44. So let's calculate this. Square root of this plus 273 and then divide by 44. So this is 11.5 So you have to write up till 2 decimal places. So 56. So here 11.56. And then for this one, I'll take square root of 55,521 and then 273 minus answer and then divide by 44. And up till 2 decimal place, this will be 0.85. So this will be 0.85. So x is 11.56 or x equals to 0.85. Part B is on Friday, Ravi ran the whole 20 kilometers on the same average speed that he ran the final 8 kilometers on Monday. Calculate the time Ravi took to run 20 kilometers on Friday, giving your answer in hours and minutes, correct to the nearest minute. So you know the distance is 20. You have to find the speed at which, average speed at which Ravi ran this 20 kilometers. So we are given that the average speed is the same that he ran the final 8 kilometers on Monday. So the average speed that he ran the final 8 kilometers on Monday was, so average speed for final 8 kilometers is x minus 1.5. So here your average speed for the full run is x minus 1.5. Now you cannot use this value of x because 0.85 minus 1.5 will be a negative value and your speed can never be negative. So 11.56 is the value that you will take minus 1.5. So 11.56 minus 1.5. This gives you 10.06 kilometers per hour. So now the time taken will be distance 20 divided by the speed, which is 10.06. So this is 20 divided by 10.06. This is 1.99. So you'll write up till 3 significant figures if you are not given anything in the question. So 1.99 hours. So this is 1 hour and 99 hours will be so this is 1 hour, and to convert 0.99 into minutes, I will simply multiply it by 60 because 1 hour is 60 minutes. So this is 59.4 minutes, and you have to give your answer correct to the nearest minute. So 59.4 nearest minute will be 59. You will round it down to 59 minutes. So this will be 1 hour and 59 minutes. Question 10 is A is the point -4 -1, B is the point 2 2. Column vector BC is 4 -8. Find the coordinates of midpoint of AB. So midpoint of AB will be simply the sum of their x coordinates. -4 plus 2 divided by 2 will give you the x coordinate of the midpoint, and similarly for y coordinates, -1 plus 2 over 2. So this will be 2 over 2 and the negative sign. -2 over 2 will be -1, and this will be 2 minus 1 is 1, so this will be 1 over 2. This is -1, 1 over 2. Find the gradient of AB. So the gradient is y2 minus y1, so let's take this as x2 and y2 and this as x1 and y1. So this will be 2 minus -1 minus -1 over x2 is also 2 minus -4. So this will be 2 plus 1 3. This will be 2 plus 4 6. So this is 1 over 2. Show that BC is perpendicular to AB. So to show that, we will use the property that perpendicular lines, if you multiply their gradients, the product is -1. So you already know the gradient of AB is 1 over 2. You can calculate the gradient of BC. So gradient of BC. So you know the column vector BC. So this gives you the change. This is delta Y and this is delta X. So your gradient is delta Y over delta X, which is -8 over 4. So this will be -2. So gradient of BC multiplied by gradient of, so this here is not a vector, this is just a side. So gradient of AB. Gradient of BC is -2, AB is 1/2, and your answer is -1. So AB is perpendicular to BC. Part D is ABCD is a rectangle. Find the coordinates of point D. So you're given vector BC and you're given the point A. So let's quickly sketch this rectangle here. So A is a point -4, -1. -4, -1 will be somewhere here, A. B is 2, 2. So 2, 2 will be somewhere here. And then your point C is you go -8 in y direction and +4 in x direction. So +4 in x and then -8 here. So you will end up somewhere here. +4 in x, -8 here. So this will be your point C. So if this is the AB and this is BC, and we know that they are perpendicular, so the point D to make the rectangle ABCD will be somewhere here, right? This will be the point D. So we know that this column vector BC is given, which is 4 minus 8. So BC column vector is 4 minus 8. So that means if I know the coordinates of B, let's say coordinates of B are B1 is the x coordinate and B2 is the y coordinate. And then if I add this column vector 4 and -8 to it, I will end up at this point C. So let's call these coordinates C1 and C2. So this is B, this is C, and this is the column vector BC. So simple translation, you move from B to C through this translation. So similarly, this line AD, this AD column vector will also be this same column vector because this is parallel, because ABCD is a rectangle. So this line BC, this vector BC will be parallel to this vector AD. So that means if I know the points of A and I add this column vector to the coordinates of A, I will end up at D. So we call the vector or the points of D, we can represent it by vector OD with respect to this origin. This will be equal to the vector OA, which are the coordinates of this point, which are -4 and -1, uh, plus the vector AD. So OA is simply -4, -1, -4, -1, plus AD is the same vector as BC, which is 4 minus 8. So 4 minus 8. So this will give me 4 minus 4, 0, and -9. So the coordinates of D are 0 and -9. Part E is calculate the perimeter of the rectangle ABCD. So for this you need two sides of this rectangle. So this will be the rectangle. I can calculate the length of this side because I know the points AB, both the coordinates A and B. And then I can also find this length BC because I'm given this vector. BC is 4 minus 8. So I can find the magnitude of this vector will give me this length BC. So let's first find, so we can straight away write perimeter will equal 2 times length AB plus length BC. So this will be 2 times length AB is how much? 2, 2 minus 4 minus 1. So this will be 2 minus -4 square plus 2 minus -1 square and then whole under root. So this is the length AB plus length BC is simply this magnitude of this vector 4 minus 8 So this will be simply 4 square plus minus 8 square whole under root. So this will be 2 times, this will be 6 square is 36. 36 plus 9 is under root 45. So this will be under root 45 will be the length AB, plus this will be 16 plus 64, which is 80. So this will be under root 80 is the length PC. So let's calculate this. Under root 45 plus under root 80. And then you multiply it by 2 to get the perimeter. So multiply by 2, 31.3, 3 significant figures, 31.3 units. So your answer here will be 31.3 units. So this is the end of May-June 2018 paper 2 variant 2.